Ian Johnson again with Truck Hero. We've already looked at the 4-door JL, we looked at the 2-door JL. Now, Hank, I think there's no Gladiators on the road. They're all here at SEMA.
Apparently, yes. Exactly.
Yeah, everybody, every Gladiator in America has been customized to come here to SEMA. But this one here, you did something a little bit different, right? Because you attack that truck portion of the Gladiator with a truck bed cover.
Yes, we figured basically a lot of people show an overlanding theme here. So we kind of figured, well, let's do something different. So it's a little bit more utilitarian. We have 4 bed covers for this. We have a soft roll, a hard roll, a soft fold, and a hard fold. Right now in this one we have the hard roll, and we're testing out a new rack that we're asking people feedback on. How would they like to see it, how would they like to function it, but obviously our rack has to function with the bed cover.
Yeah, because that's probably the thing that would differentiate. You can put a rack on there, but then you can't put a bed cover on there.
Correct.
You want to be able to combine both the bed cover and the rack at the same time.
Absolutely, and if you want to secure some stuff in your truck bed, you need to have a bed cover on it.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the most important part. This is still a truck at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And I have a truck, and the first thing I bought for it was a bed cover. Because even if it's just out of sight, it's out of mind for everyone walking around the truck.
Absolutely, yeah.
And even more important, if it's going to be camping, then you can keep your stuff safe and dry inside.
Exactly, yep.
But the big thing on this one, we've talked about this before, that stamped steel bumper. This one has a different stamped steel bumper on the front,
Yeah,
right?
This has our Venator bumper on it. It's coming out late November. It looks modular, but it's not. It is in components. We also have 2-tone powder coating on it, so you may have seen it on some of the trucks like a Raptor Ford F-150. They have that 2-tone bumper. That's basically what we brought into the design here as well.
And so you get that black and gray powder coat.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not something special for SEMA, that's how that bumper's going to come.
No, that's how it's going to come.
That's super cool. And then also, the powder coat, it's like really good and really nice. Like, it's not that typical cover up all the bad powder coat. It's like it matches the OE stuff real good.
Yeah, so when we started designing for the JL, we looked at the vehicle itself and how Jeep had done their work, and we go like, you know what, that old-fashioned crinkle coat, so to speak, we need to get away from it. So we went to a satin finish on all our JL products.
And that matches with some of that factory JL stuff that's on the truck already, right?
Yep.
Just sort of finishing it all out.
Yeah, you don't, when you design products, sometimes you want something that's like contrary to what the design of the vehicle is. We also want to have some products that are more in sync with the product, the vehicle itself.
Yeah, so this one basically right here, like there's not a lot of parts thrown at, there's just sort of like you got a bumper, some rock sliders, bed rack, rear bumper?
There's a rear bumper on there right now it's our JL HD rear bumper that is modified, and because the JT has a different mounting system, and it works so far, so we're probably going to come out this early next year.
Because I don't really think people are going to take these trucks and like hardcore wheel them. I've seen people take JL places that amaze me. They're an amazing rig, but I don't think we're going to see JT guys out putting these things at the edge of the
No,
edge
you
of the
obviously
cliff.
always have your outlier, but
Yeah.
I mean, most likely they're just doing some mild off-roading.
Yeah, and that would be basically, that's almost set up perfectly just for that.
I would think so.
Yeah. And on that bed rack, it's your basket system's set up a little bit differently. You got 2 baskets on this thing, right?
Correct. On the back side, we're actually using our 4-door hardtop basket. On the cab itself, we actually shorten it and see if there's a market for that. So they're actually separate, so they can move independently.
So you don't have to worry about that bed rack actually fighting that hardtop.
Correct. Yep.
And also, it would come in handy if someone wanted to take the top off at the same time, because you'd still have the rack with the basket on the back, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's the cool thing about when you do stuff like this and bring it to SEMA. That's really what you're doing here. You're bringing this stuff, putting it on display at SEMA, talking to people and saying, is this something that you would want, right?
Get feedback, especially from our customers and consumers, and just kind of go like, hey, there's a potential here. And then we always tweak it throughout the year, and then we come out with it.
There you go. For any of those parts, if you want to find them, go to ruggedridge.com.